Alright guys, we're going to do a little series on matrix algebra, but first we need to kind of talk about what a matrix is and how we can add and subtract and multiply matrices. We're going to talk about how to scalar matrices or scale them up. But first let's start with the anatomy of a matrix. Okay, a mathematical matrix is made up of elements. It's labeled with a capital letter, and I'll give you an example right here. So this would be called matrix A. You're going to see these square brackets, and they're going to contain things called elements. Elements are going to be made up of rows by columns. Okay, and you want to remember, columns, and you want to remember this order, R by C. Okay, and let's take a look at the elements of matrix A. So this is matrix A. It is made up of elements 2, 4, negative 3, 9, 7 in the first row, okay, moving from left to right horizontally. And in the second row it is 0, 1, 6, negative 11, and 15. But it's also made up of columns, top to bottom, like so. Okay, those are columns. And just remember, columns hold up buildings, right? They move up and down. Does that look like a column? I can't tell, does it? That is the worst kind. It almost looks like a fire hydrant if I did this and put some arms on it like so. Well, it was supposed to be a column. Anyway, columns move up and down. Rows move left to right. Okay? Alright, so we have this matrix that has these elements in it. Right? These are elements. And when we refer to an element, we will take the name of the matrix, in this case A, we will write it in lowercase, and we will subtext I, J. And these are variables for the row and column. And remember, it's always row, then column. Okay? So if I were to say matrix A, I would say matrix A is 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 by 5. 2 rows by 5 columns. Okay? Now I refers to the row, and subscript J refers to the column. So if I said element A, subscript 1, 3, what would I be referring to? Well, we go to row 1, and we go to column 3. 1, 2, 3. It would be negative 3. So we would identify negative 3 in the matrix as A sub 1, 3, which corresponds directly to A sub ij. All right. So we can say matrix A equals a 2 by 5 matrix, right? There's the rows. 1, 2, and then 5 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can only add or subtract a matrix to another matrix that has a 2 by 5 setup, the same as matrix A. Okay? So in other words, the elements need to occupy a 2 by 5 formation. Alright, so that's the basic anatomy of a mathematical matrix. We're going to talk about in the next video scaling it up, adding, subtracting, multiplying matrices together. Alright, cheers.